Hello and welcome to Entertainment Tech's discussion on TF2 weapons named the Loadout Lounge. My name is Rob, and today we're going to be discussing the Scout Loadout, namely the Force of Nature versus the Scattergun. Here with me, an expert on TF2 with pretty much half of his life dedicated to the game. What is it, over 1,000 hours now?
Too much.
Too much. Alrighty. So we're going to be discussing which of these weapons is better. If one is so much better than the other, what makes it better, and is it overpowered? And what loadout is it best suited with? Is there something with the Scout that makes it better than the other gun? Is there something that makes it worse and cripples you? We'll find out, so here we go. Let's discuss it. So Mike, what is your personal favorite Scout loadout?
I use the Scattergun pistol and Rap Assassin. The reason I choose the Scattergun is I like the 6 shots, maximizes damage far and close. The pistol helps me get 8 damage non-stop at far ranges. And the Rap Assassin because I don't melee at all as a Scout, so the extra right click, hit them with a ornament and get some extra bleed damage helps. It really pisses people off.
And so as you said, you use the Scattergun and pistol. And so you obviously may or may not be biased as to why the Scattergun is better, but that's what we're here to discuss. So, in your professional opinion, what are the benefits and hindrances of the Scattergun, and what are the benefits and hindrances of the Force of Nature?
Well, let's start out with something I'm more familiar with, the Scattergun. The benefits is you have 6 shots, so basically, let's say you're mid-range, you're getting 60 to 80 damage shots. Any sort of class you can kill in like 3-4 hits.
Well, let me stop you there. It is true that yes, you do have 6 shots with the Scattergun, but it takes much longer to reload the Scattergun than it does any of the other guns. How does that stack up in your opinion? Is it worth it to have the 6 in the barrel?
I would say so. If you're hitting on your shots, if you say you have 2 people on you with the Scattergun, you should be able to kill those 2 people, but the reload time is a bit of an annoyance. Let's say with the Force of Nature, you shoot both your shots, you're ready again in like 1.5 seconds. But with the Scattergun, if you are good enough, you will hit all your shots and you kill everyone around you, basically.
It is true that you use the automatic reload feature of Team Fortress 2, so you don't have to worry about forgetting to reload those 6 shots. You'll never run into one of those situations where, you shoot 2 shots and oh hell, I'm out, So, just a quick tip in there for anybody who does play the Scout. But, okay, so it's, it depends on how much skill you have. If you can hit those 6 shots, you can, it might be better. So would it be fair to say that for a less skilled player, it would be easier with the Force of Nature in the 1v2 situation?
Not necessarily. I would say stick with the Scattergun so you learn to hit all your shots, and once you get really good, if you want to try the Force of Nature, it is a viable playstyle in my opinion if you want to go around and hit people from behind. But start with the Scattergun and try to learn to get a really good accuracy with the Scout while you're moving fast. It is a bit of a challenge at first, but once you get it down, it's perfectly fine.
Okay. And you mentioned going behind people and hitting them with the Force of Nature. Would you say that's the Force of Nature is better at assassination attempts than the Scattergun?
Oh, well, yeah, it's better than a Scattergun for the assassination attempts because you get the 2 shots that are really like bam bam, really close together in a succession, and you shoot more bullets, so if you get all the shots in, it's a stronger meat shot, and a meat shot, for those who don't know, is when all your pellets connect with the body. So that's like hitting all your shots, and with the Force of Nature twice from behind, it's guaranteed death.
Another thing would be the Scattergun has tighter spread for the pellets, whereas the Force of Nature has a very wide angle for all its shot distribution. Does that mean that you would believe that the Force of Nature is better for long distance encounters? Do you use the Scattergun in that sense?
Yeah, like, when I usually face people from across the map, I'm either using my pistol or my Scattergun. The Force of Nature would miss more often, but I usually just keep on shooting with my Scattergun because I just keep reloading the thing faster and faster, so they can't, by the time they get to me, it's already reloaded. But from across the map, just don't shoot your Force of Nature or Scattergun at all, just bring out your secondary or just wait to get closer.
But has ammo ever been an issue, shooting that rapidly with any of the guns?
There's been times in arena maps where I've fought heavy medic pairs that I've just shot all my shots at them and they don't die, and like that doesn't happen often, but when it does, it honestly is an annoyance because you're playing fucking heavy medic in arena. Like, come on, man. Like, let's not do that.
you know, since we're already talking about it, what would you say are classes that absolutely flat out counter the scout?
Explosives. Explosives and some fire.
But you don't use the candy cane, do you?
No, I used to. I used to think, oh, sweet, I get a like, little med pack every time I kill someone. That's awesome. Then I found out where sticky bombs were.
Yes. Okay, so we've covered that the scattergun is better at a distance, albeit you shouldn't be using it at extreme distances. The force of nature is a little bit better if you can't hit all your shots. And so pretty much we found out they're about even at this point in time. Let's go into loadouts completely. If you were to use the force of nature, you've already told us that with the scattergun you believe the best loadout, or at least your favorite, is the Rap Assassin, which is one of the newer weapons, at least at the time this video is being made, and pistol. So what would you say one of the best possible loadouts to have with the force of nature would be?
Would depend on your playstyle. Let's say you want to do an all-round force of nature use. I would say Mad Milk and maybe the Rap Assassin, just because I don't really melee as much as Scout with Scout, so like I would use the ball with the Rap Assassin to get some bleed damage in, and the Mad Milk because, you know, you can put out fires, that's a plus, and with the extra damage you're doing up close to the force of nature, more healing. But if you want to go for a pure assassination loadout with the force of nature, use the FaN of War. Hit someone with that, bring out your force of nature, and just instantly dominate them. Or use the Mad Milk if you're hurt and just up behind dominate them. It's just, you know, get quick kills, get something in return.
Okay. One thing I've noticed you haven't mentioned so far is the Sandman. Now you say you use the Rap Assassin, and if you've become skilled at that, then you obviously would be able to hit them with the Sandman ball as well, correct?
Yes, but I prefer survivability over anything as a scout.
Well, yes, but my point would be, if the force of nature's main purpose is to assassinate people, wouldn't stunning them with that ball serve that purpose to a greater effect?
Depends on playstyle. If you want to go with the less health, go ahead. But I would just say that if you're already behind them, they don't know you're there, hit them with a FaN of War, you're going to get mini crits, so it's an even more guaranteed kill.
Okay. Well, once again, that's always dependent on whether or not you can hit the target, which is why another reason I recommended the Sandman, because they wouldn't be moving. Well, they would, but very slowly at least. Okay, so we've discussed, we think that, you know, the best loadout for the force of nature would be Mad Milk, simply because of the massive damage it causes, and you can use that to heal yourself nearly to full health, if not to full health. And perhaps the Rap Assassin or the FaN of War. So, with these two loadouts in check, the Scattergun, Pistol, and Rap Assassin, Force of Nature, Mad Milk, and FaN of War, what would you score the Scattergun loadout on a scale of 0 to 100%, 100% being probably the best loadout ever thought of?
I would... That is my opinion, but I would give it above 95% because I use it to the best of my ability as the scout with that loadout. You can't heal at all unless you find a medic or some sort of healing pack, but you must know how to dodge very well with this. But you can basically, the setup is for max damage. You throw out the Rap Assassin ball, you hit someone, they're getting hit initially on hit for at least 30. Then it's taking 4-3, 4-3. With your shots on top of that, they're dropping very fast. The pistol, hitting far range for max damage, at least 8 damage at max range. You could never hit below 8 with a pistol. With the Scattergun at max range, you're hitting at least a 3. So, long range, I'm hitting at least an 8. With the Rap Assassin, I'm doing more damage. With the Scattergun, I got more shots to do more damage. And to negate damage, I just jump around a lot. With the Force of Nature setup, I would give it at least like a 70, because it's just too situational. You have to be behind someone to like maximize this loadout.
Okay. One thing I've also noticed we haven't spoken of much, at least. You may have said Bonk, and I missed it, but what do you think of Bonk, and which weapon do you think it's better suited for in a loadout?
Bonk goes with both of them, in my opinion. I haven't mentioned Bonk because I primarily play on arena servers where the team play is we have to kill them. On pub servers, we have to capture points, defend intelligence, capture intelligence. Bonk is very useful. depends on what you're playing. Like, with both the guns, bonk's good. You can use the bonk, just communicate with your team saying, hey, I'm throwing a bonk, someone get in here and destroy a sentry. You run in there, you run around, and they kill it, hopefully, if they're not brain dead. But, you know, with both guns, you can use bonk if you're doing team play like that.
Do you think the bonk would be able to get you behind the people that you were attempting to assassinate with the force of nature?
If they decide you're not worth their time and just forget about you, then sure, try and see if they'll just forget about you, go behind them and get kills.
And the other one would be the Criticola. Now, I understand you don't like the Criticola. Why is that?
You could use it with the soda. You could use the soda popper, and like that's a different discussion. But the soda popper gets the same effect without killing yourself.
The soda popper came out extremely recently. Before the soda popper was in the game, that was one of the only ways for the scouts to get guaranteed mini crits other than the FaN of War, but that's at a distance. Many professional players actually advocate the use of the Criticola because you're not getting hit very often because of how speedy you are, and you're dishing out those mini crits. But this discussion is based more towards which gun is this better used with. So, in my opinion, once again, not being a Team Fortress 2 expert, not having, you know, a ton of hours played on Team Fortress, I believe it would go better with the Scattergun simply because the Scattergun is capable of hitting at a close, or rather a farther distance due to its tighter spread of pellets. What would be your opinion on this?
The critical I really don't like because you get hit really hard. Like, even if you are dodging a lot, there's always that stray bullet from the heavy's minigun or that sniper that's shooting an SMG. It's always something's gonna nick you and you're gonna get hit for an absurd amount of damage. So I would say use it with the force of nature in your assassination attempts, but you could just use the FaN of War to the same effect without killing yourself or stopping to drink the damn thing. But if you want to use it, go right ahead and use it.
Okay. And yeah, I think we've covered just about everything. So I'd like to wrap up this discussion with, what do you think? Go ahead and leave us a comment or visit us at www.entertainmenttech.net and you know, find the post about this video and let us know what you think. What loadout do you use? Why do you think that's a better loadout? We'd love to hear why you think your loadout is the best one, and who knows, we might put it in a video. To finish this off, I'd like to say, just for the purposes of fun, what is your favorite reskin? Is it the, I know it's not exactly a reskin, but is it the Rap Assassin? Is it the what is that spy arm weapon you use there?
The unarmed combat. That is a pretty neat weapon using an arm. I crafted it just because I wanted a damn thing.
And what about the fish?
The fish is pretty cool, but I just prefer the arm. If I had, like, basically my tier list for melee is the top is Rap Assassin, alright, that's the unarmed combat.
Okay, we all know how much fun it is to beat a spy with his own arm. And if you've ever been on a randomizer server and you get to be a spy with the unarmed combat, it can get quite awkward with your spy friends. But anyway, Rob and Mike here from Entertainment Tech, and we're out of here, so thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, alright?